everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Justina and here I like to make, create, and inspire fun art things with you through my DIYs. As you see by the title, I'm super excited to share is extra large indoor and outdoor DIYs that are rental friendly. If you live in a rental unit like I do, these DIYs will be perfect for you. Plus they are super big and I am so excited. So if you would like to see what I create, just keep on watching and let's art today. Moving right into our first DIY, I am going to make a giant wreath. To do so, I'm using some pool noodles and some duct tape. Now, at first, I thought I was just going to use two pool noodles, but I use a total of 4. As you see here, I am twisting the pool noodle onto itself like you would do a giant lollipop, just to give it some more flexibility so that it can go into a circle much easier. I do this for all 4 pool noodles until they are nice and loose and more pliable to make into a shape. After I was done, I taped both pool noodles on the ends together using that strong duct tape. Now, I've seen a lot of other DIYers use some sort of wire in the center of their wreath just to give them the form that they needed and probably for some more stability, but I just use the duct tape and it is holding really nicely. And as you can see here, the pool noodles are taking the form of a perfect circle, and I will just add more duct tape as I see needed. Next, I'm adding the 2 other pool noodles in the center of the first circle, just so I have more of a surface to add my ornaments later on. I do the exact same thing with the inner circle, adding the duct tape at the ends, and then I add more duct tape to attach both pool noodles together. I would suggest getting pool noodles that you aren't too worried to see through some of the ornaments. I went with red pool noodles because it's Christmas time and I'm going for more a traditional wreath. Next, I wanted to add some garland to my wreath, so I have these 2 garlands that I purchased from Dollar Tree. I believe they are about 15 feet long, and I just bundled them together to make it look more fuller, and I'm going all around the wreath form. This will give me another texture and make it feel more like a Christmas wreath. Remember, you can always change the colors on your wreath to match your Christmas home decor. The next thing I wanted to add was some Christmas lights to my wreath because this will be going outside on my patio. Now, I did leave a little of the light string hanging down so that I had some availability to plug it into the wall. I attach it the same way I did with the garland, which is going all around the wreath. Now it's time to add all the ornaments that's going on top of the wreath. So like I mentioned, I'm going for a more traditional color, and I will be attaching everything using my Gorilla Glue sticks. As you see here, it is made for wood, metal, glass, plastic, floral, fabric, leather, and so much more. And this hot glue stick really does work. I had tried to pull some of these off and they weren't budging without ripping the pool noodles, so I really highly recommend that hot glue. I will add all the ornaments all around the wreath until it is completely filled. Like I said, I'm going for more traditional, so you'll see a lot of reds, greens, whites, and some silver. I do want to mention I did start with the largest ornaments that I had on hand, and then I went into the medium size one and then filled it up with some small ornaments as you see here. I did completely glue them all the way around the edges, but I didn't do the inside of the wreath form because I didn't think you'll be able to see it from where I lived, but I do want to add a giant bow. Now, Dollar Tree always sells ribbon, but to make more of a giant bow, I suggest getting ribbon from elsewhere. I purchased these 3 ribbons from Michael's, and then this smaller one is from Dollar Tree. Now, I am not a professional bow maker. I have a really hard time making bows, but I did watch a couple of YouTube videos to see which was the best way and to help me. So I'm just folding it onto itself, and then I will hot glue the bow in the center, and then I will continue this until I got the bow where I like it. So I use this red and white bow for the biggest part of it. Then I go in with the Dollar Tree suede bow that I absolutely love. Now with this one, I just cut it down to size and make a little loop onto itself, and then I will hot glue it into the center. I will make a few more of those loops to go all around to make this giant bow. While I continue making my bow, if you are new here and you haven't yet subscribed, I hope you do so today. All you have to do is click on that big red subscribe button down below, and make sure to click on the bell notification so that YouTube can always notify you when I upload a new video. Plus, I would love for you to be part of my virtual art family. After I had the first layer glued down, I am now going in with this candy cane stripe ribbon and pretty much doing the exact same thing. I fold it onto itself, hot glue it down, and now I'm hot gluing it into the center. This time going in between the two other ribbons that I placed down. I will continue this until I got all the ribbons where I like it and the desired look that I'm going for. The question of the day is, what is your Christmas collection? I know that last year I believe I asked a lot of people if they collected nutcrackers, but what is your Christmas collection? Is it nutcrackers? Is it snow globes? Is it little snowman? I would love to know down in the comment section below. The last thing I needed to do was just add one more little loop of a ribbon to the center to complete my big bow. Now it's time to attach everything together. I wanted my bows to have some tails coming from the ends of it, so I just cut two big pieces of ribbon off from the ribbon that I use for the bow, and then I'm attaching them using my hot glue gun. I will also attach my big bow using that hot glue by adding a load of hot glue, and that completes this DIY. Look how this wreath turned out. This is definitely a statement piece and my favorite DIY in today's video. I love how it lights up, and it is exactly 3 feet tall. Now you can hang this pretty much anywhere, but I wanted to hang mine outside on my patio. To make it renter friendly, I did have to purchase some heavy duty zip ties, and I'm sorry for the shakiness. I do live on the 3rd floor, so recording it is kind of tricky, but here's how it turned out. The next DIY we are moving on to are some giant gumdrops. Now I found this 12-pack of little bowls from Dollar Tree. They are crystal clear, and they were in the party section with all of the wedding supplies in my Dollar Tree. I hope that helps. So to make the gumdrops, I needed to paint them, and I'm using some Rust-Oleum spray paint. First in this aqua blue color that is super gorgeous. I am using spring green and some orange as well. Now these are all pretty much gloss finish, which it really doesn't matter. This is apple red, which is so pretty. Now 2 of these I found on clearance at Michael's in this purple color called grape, and also this berry pink. So I needed to take them outside and give each one a good coat of the color. So I placed all 12 of the cups all the way out, and then I realized, let me just pair them into little sections. So I first go in with this berry pink color, and I absolutely love it. Now it was a really cold day while I was spray painting, and it's not a good idea to spray paint while it's cold, because once it dries it does tend to crack. So I did have to do a couple of coats on each color. I just loved how these turned out. These were super simple, and the colors are so vibrant. I love Rust-Oleum spray paint. Now, depending on how many colors are in your gumdrops, you have to determine how many cups you needed. Since I wanted to use all 6 colors in all of the 12 cups that come in a package, I needed to buy 6. Now, once everything had time to completely dry, I needed to add the sugar coating that goes on top of gumdrops. And to do so, I'm using this Epsom salt that I purchased from Walmart actually, and you get a huge bag for a good price. Now this stuff looks exactly like sugar, so if you have little ones, please make sure you let them know not to eat it. It is a salt and it's for the bath. To apply the salt on top of my gumdrops, I am using Mod Podge in this satin color. Now I'm pretty sure any type of Mod Podge would work perfectly. I started adding the glue on top of the gumdrops using a paintbrush, but I noticed later it works better if you use a foam brush to apply the glue. Now I'm just adding on the sugar coating on top of the gumdrops, and that is pretty much it. After everything was adhered to the gumdrops, I then took it outside and gave it a clear coating so everything adheres to the gumdrop. This is how the gumdrops turned out, and I absolutely love them. They are so cute. Now, to use these gumdrops, you can place them all around your house as is, but I actually want to use them around my door frame for my front door. But before I actually place them there, I need to make some sort of frosting edging for my front door or some fake whipped cream. To make them, I'm using some poster board. Now, poster board is such a renter-friendly DIY you can use for your home decor because it can be taken down really easily. As you see here, I am using my measuring tape to draw a line for my measurements of my front door. Now my front door has about 3.5 inches of space that I can actually use to make this whipped cream around it or frosting, and one poster board makes 6 pieces of these rectangle pieces that I'm trying to cut out. After I cut them out, I am then taking my scissors and making these wavy cuts on the edges to mimic whipped cream. Now 1/2 of my door only needs 3 pieces, so one poster board fits both halves of my door, which you will see here in a short second. Next, to attach all of the pieces together, I'm just using my hot glue gun. Then I will cut down any extra pieces as needed. And as you see here, here is how it is attached to the outer edges of my front door. And to attach them, I'm just using some clear push pins from Dollar Tree. Now it's time to attach the gumdrops to my fake frosting, and as you see here, I'm just using my hot glue gun. Now I'm making sure to only glue it onto the poster board on the top and the bottom of the gumdrop. I will continue this until both sides of my door are completely filled with the gumdrops. This is how my front door turned out so far, because I'm not done decorating, but I absolutely love it. They do look like large gumdrops, and my kids were so thrilled, and I just loved how it turned out. I would love to know what you think about this DIY down in the comments section below. Moving right into our next DIY, which has been really popular over all social medias, are these large presents that you can make out of Dollar Tree wreath forms. Dollar Tree has these wreath forms that they've been carrying for a couple years, and they work perfectly to make a giant present. To make the present fabric, I'm just using some decorative mesh that I purchased from Walmart a couple years ago that I still had on hand. Now, to attach the wreath forms together, I'm just using some string and tying a knot at the corners of each wreath form and also into the center. Now, you can also attach them using some zip ties, but I actually ran out and I didn't want to run to Dollar Tree and get some. It's really cold outside and I wanted to finish up this DIY. The string works just as well. You want to continue this until all 4 of the wreath forms are connected side by side to make a perfect square. Once that was all completed, you do need to attach a 5th one to the top of the little box that we have created just to hold everything in place so that it doesn't fold onto each other and collapse. So to make a present, I'm just using this decorative mesh, once again, that I purchased from Walmart. And to attach the mesh to the wreath form, I'm just using these little twist ties that I purchased from Dollar Tree a while back that was in my crafting stash. This will just hold the mesh into place so that I can go around the present about 2 times. I went around so that you won't be able to see the wreath form clearly through the white mesh. Now, you can use any type of fabric or mesh that you would like. The possibilities are pretty much endless. After I went around twice, I am using more of those twist ties to connect everything together so that it doesn't fall off. Now, to attach the top, I did fold it in like a present. This was a little bit tricky, but I just did the same thing. I added a twist tie to each one of the edges of the present and then twisted it down onto the wreath form so it holds it into place. Then to attach the fabric onto itself, I once again used another twist tie and twisted the center until it was nice and wrapped. To give it a present looking illusion, I did get some thicker ribbon to cover the top of the present so you won't see the middle of the mesh attached together. I did buy this ribbon at Michael's. It was on sale. I believe they have a clearance sale right now going on all of their holiday decor. And lastly, for this DIY, I just added a Dollar Tree bow, and that is it. This is how my large present turned out, and I absolutely love it. Like I mentioned before, you can add all different types of fabrics and get the same result, and it is so awesome. I would love to know what you think about this DIY. Once again, here is a quick overview of everything that I have created in today's video. This was such a blast to make. I had so much fun, especially making this giant wreath, which is absolutely my favorite. I would love to know which one was your favorite out of all of the DIYs that I've created today down in the comment section below. And while you are there, don't forget to let me know what you collect during the Christmas time. I would love to know. Also, if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. It really does help out my channel. And if you can also share it to at least one of your friends, it does really help support me. If you would like to help support me even further, I would love for you to go check out my Buy Me a Coffee page. The link is down below, along with all of my other social medias. I would love to say hi to you over there as well. Thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate you, and I will see you in the next one.